My ex emptied our safe, canceled my health insurance, and assumed my toddler and I would just quietly vanish. Then I spilled hot tea on a stranger's jacket at a train station, totally unaware that the man brushing off his sleeves would become the only person capable of destroying the fraudulent empire my ex had built behind my back. My name is Nadia. My son Eli is just 2 years old. On a rainy Tuesday, I took Eli to the pharmacy to pick up his asthma inhaler. The pharmacist handed my debit card back with a sympathetic wince. Declined. Then she checked my insurance profile. Canceled. Panic setting in. I drove back to our rented townhouse in Portland at 3:45 p.m., only to find a junk removal crew hauling my mattress out the front door. My husband Cole had secretly broken our lease, emptied our shared savings, and left a single duffel bag of my old clothes on the porch. When I frantically called our mutual friends, they told me I was overreacting to a simple trial separation. So I grabbed my crying son, exactly $150 in emergency cash from my sock drawer, and bought 2 Amtrak tickets to Denver. On the train, Eli was exhausted and throwing a tantrum near the cafe car. An angry businessman behind us huffed loudly, muttering about how I needed to control my kid. I felt my face burn and tried to bounce Eli, accidentally knocking my cup of hot tea onto the expensive wool coat of the man sitting across from me. I gasped, frantically apologizing. He didn't snap, he didn't glare. He just wiped his jacket with a napkin and handed me a sealed pack of fruit snacks. Kids are tough, and trains are loud, he said warmly. Take a breath, you're doing fine. He introduced himself as Raymond. For the next 8 hours, he didn't pry into my tear-stained face. He just played peekaboo with Eli so I could close my eyes. Before getting off at the downtown station, he slid a plain business card into my hand. If you ever hit a wall, call me. I shoved it in my purse, thinking it was empty politeness. 9 days later, I was sitting in a fluorescent-lit Denver Social Services office, applying for emergency housing assistance. The caseworker typed my social security number into her database, stopped, and frowned. She turned the monitor around. There was a massive commercial logistics LLC registered entirely in my name, carrying $142,500 in unpaid federal tax liens. The listed operating address was Cole's brother's warehouse in Oregon. My blood ran cold. I called Cole from the lobby. He answered with a cold chuckle. You sign the tax liability waiver, or I report you to the police for parental kidnapping. Nobody cares about a runaway mother's financial excuses. Then his lawyer sister Stephanie emailed me a formal surrender document. Give up primary custody of Eli, and Cole will pay off your tax debt. Fight us, and you'll go to federal prison while Eli goes to foster care. I sat on a park bench, holding my phone, feeling completely trapped. Then I remembered the business card. I dug it out of my purse, took a breath, and dialed. Raymond answered immediately. Nadia, he said. Walk me through the numbers. Cole demanded an in-person settlement conference. He flew to Denver, insisting we meet at a corporate mediation firm to sign the custody surrender. I agreed, but I brought the only person who hadn't treated me like collateral damage. Cole walked into the boardroom flanked by Stephanie in a tailored designer suit, looking at me like something scraped off a shoe. She zeroed in on Raymond, sitting quietly beside me in a rumpled brown tweed blazer. Are you her new boyfriend? Stephanie sneered. Or just some pro bono paralegal she found off Craigslist? Cole leaned across the mahogany table, radiating arrogance. You have no leverage, Nadia. You're facing a 6-figure federal tax indictment. You have no permanent address, and you can't afford a lawyer. Sign Eli over to me today, or I let the ears bury you. Stephanie laughed. Look at her, Cole. She actually thinks this old man is going to pull off a miracle. The room fell silent. Raymond calmly opened his battered leather briefcase, pulled out a thick stack of federal audit forms, and looked Cole in the eyes. Tell her again, Raymond said, his voice dropping an octave. Tell her exactly what the ears is going to do about the shell company you've been running. Cole's smirk faltered. Who the hell are you? Raymond slowly slid his brass credentials across the polished table. I'm the regional director of the Federal Tax Fraud Division. Full story on the channel, link below.